Welcome, everybody, from YouTube. It's your boy Breedingpool and my handsome co-host Pandamanaeryck.
Hey yo.
We're back with second day of spoilers, y'all. Who's excited? I'm excited. It's Christmas.
I'm excited.
What, every 4 months, 3 months, whatever it is.
Christmas 3 or 4 months,
all the time. But before we get into it, please make sure that you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you tap that bell icon and leave us a like and a comment. It's the freest way to support the channel. I've definitely checked it out. There's no other free way to support the channel as much as this one is. So please subscribe, like, hit the bell, leave a comment, do all that you can. We love you. Thank you so much. And now let's get right into it. We're only going to touch on a few things today. So let's start with what I have in front here. Let's just go with the equipment. We were talking about that yesterday, how we were hoping that we would get some decent equipment, and I think that they did deliver on that. All the equipment we've seen so far, when it enters the battlefield, it attaches to a target creature, and I think that's great. Like,
it's good. I appreciate the fact that like they all attach to target creature you control when they first enter. That's wonderful, especially because these equip costs are actually kind of expensive.
Yeah, they are.
There's like 3 and 4 for the equip cost for the 3 that we got revealed today.
Yeah.
And, 3 and 4 mana is quite a bit.
Yeah, especially when you're doing nothing to affect the board, really, so.
Yeah, so, like, that's wonderful. What I was saying earlier to you is, like, with Nahiri, her +1 creates the core, that then you can have any equipment attached to it. I just think it's kind of like an awkward space with that.
Then you put your best equipment on, and and then like, yeah, you're fine. Like, she's just a bad card. Like, she's not good.
Yeah, I don't think I don't think there's gonna be a dedicated equipment deck for her.
No, I think the equipment having the ability to attach to creatures by themselves make the equipment better than herself. Like, I was talking to you, the Maul of the Skyclaves, which is the 3-drop rare that we got, gives a creature +2/+2 flying and first strike for 2 and a white. You play your Seasoned Hollowblade, which is a 3/1 that has discard a card. You can make it indestructible and you tap it. But you play that on 2, this on 3. You have a 5/3 flying first striker on turn 3 with the ability to be indestructible.
Yeah.
Like,
yep.
It's just Pog. Like, that's just really good.
It's really good.
It's just really good. And then, like, you can even follow up and move the equipment next turn if you want to, but you're not going to. Like, you're just gonna keep playing to the board, and they have to deal with this 5/3 flying first striking indestructible creature. Like, that's hard to deal with. So
turn 1, the dog.
Yeah.
Turn 2, Hollowblade.
Turn 3, this.
Turn 3, Maul.
Yeah,
that seems really good.
And that's not even Christmas landy. That's just like curve.
That's
just curving, So
that seems like it's gonna be a really good combination of stuff to do.
To move on, we're gonna touch on Emiria's Call, which is a 4 and 3 white sorcery. It says create 2 4/4 white angel warrior creature tokens with flying, and then non-angel creatures you control gain indestructible until your next turn. That's a cool deal. But
it's also 7 mana, but
7 mana and triple white. But you can also it is a flip or a double-sided card that as it enters the battlefield, you may pay 3 life. If you don't, it enters the battlefield tapped. So you can pay 3 life to let this come in untapped, and it only makes white mana. I don't know how I feel about that. Like, it's nice, I guess, but
it seems
3 life is a lot of life to pay.
3 life is a lot of life. Yeah. That's a bolt land for a single mana. If they added like 2 mana, I can understand it being
like
mythic
2
and
colors,
pay 3 life.
or 2 colors.
Yeah, but Emiria is only white though. That's on theme.
That's fair.
But like, I guess it does prevent the fact of like turn 1 pay 3 life 2 mana Seasoned Hollowblade.
Yeah.
I that would be ridiculous. But that's just 3 life is a lot.
Yeah, and then you're like the land thing says, okay, I can play more of these, but it being 7 mana, you're like, I really only want to cast one, maybe. as like an end game thing, you know? Like, I don't know. I'm not.
And plus, like non-angels, you get indestructible.
Like,
so your 2/4/4s are not indestructible.
Yeah, why can't everything be indestructible? Like, you're spending 7 mana. I guess you're getting two flying bodies, so you're getting 8 power and toughness across 2 bodies flying for 7 mana, which is like above stats, I guess, right? But
it just doesn't seem.
It's really big. It's really big to get hit by a negate. Like,
yeah, this is true.
You know what I mean? Like,
this is very true.
Like, I don't think so. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan.
I'm not too high on it, but it is an interesting card. All right, so now we got Lulling Wizard's Dominance. X blue 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 for a sorcery. Costs 3 less if you target a creature whose controller has 8 or more cards in their graveyard. You gain control of target creature with CMC X.
Like,
this card is crazy.
This is insane.
This is insane.
Wait, so this is
late game against an Uro.
Like, not even
3 blue. You sold an Uro.
Not even late game. Like, you realize how many people are putting like their cards and their into their graveyard because they want to filter for their escape cards. Like, the time that they can cast Uro, you're 2 cards away from getting this for free. You know what I mean? Like, getting their Uro for free.
But if they cast their Uro from their graveyard, they are going down 5 cards.
That's true. So it does kind of work with escape. It works like escape kind of shits on it a little bit, right?
Right, but like so that's what I'm saying. Like late game,
yeah,
you can steal their Uro for just 3 blue,
3 mana, and then it just like works the whole way. Like, I think it's good. I don't know if it's gonna be like a huge player, and it's uncommon.
It's uncommon, yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me?
So it's interesting. We'll see how it plays out. I don't know if it's going to be super played though.
I don't know.
I think it's something to look out for and build around. I think.
Definitely. This one's mine. I won. Fucking my very first draft system and top 8'd with Vampire Nighthawk. So this card is insane. 1 black for a vampire rogue that has flying, death touch, lifelink. Seem familiar? It's also just a 1/3. Wait, no, it's not. Nighthawk Scavenger's power is equal to 1 plus the number of card types among cards in your opponent's graveyard. So it's not near as good as like a Goyf because it doesn't count both graveyards, but max and standard it could be a 7/3 flying death touch lifelink.
Really?
Just yeah.
So there's land, creature, artifact, planeswalker, instant sorcery.
Oh, I didn't even count. Yeah, and then there's enchantment, so it actually be higher than that, realistically.
So 8.
Yeah. So it could be
at 8/3
for 3 mana with flying, death touch, and lifelink. Like, that's insane.
Good luck getting it. If you ever get an 8/3, please screenshot that and send it to us.
Yeah. You're average. You're probably averagely gonna get this as a 3/3 flying, death touch, lifelink. So like that's.
I'd say like a 4 or 5 on average.
You think a 4 or a 5?
Well, you got land, creature, instant sorcery.
I guess that's 5, right?
That's 5.
Yeah. Yeah, this card's gonna be a player. You're gonna see this in standard. You're gonna see this in standard for 2 years. You're gonna see it in standard for 2 years. Just say.
I mean, there is Scorching Dragonfire to be careful about because of his 3 toughness, but still, that's just. If they're wasting a Scorching Dragonfire on that, you're pretty happy, I think.
Yeah. Card is great.
Card is very good.
Yeah.
Like, they have to deal with that.
Yeah, you have to. Like, you can't, like, and threats that demand response, those are the threats you want to be playing. Like, those are the cards you want to play in Constructed. It's things that, like, this isn't necessarily, like, overpowerfully, like, impact the board, but it does. Like, by itself, it's just a 1/3 flying death touch lifelink. Like, okay, I can kill anything with it. Bang, done. But like later game, this is insane, bro. Like insane. Get ready to start looking at opponents' graveyards for types. Just saying.
And actually, I just got to think about this. Thieves Guild Enforcer is a rogue, right?
Yeah, that mills.
Yep, that middle is for each rogue that enters the battlefield.
Yeah.
If you look, if you go up one row real quick for me,
She's rogue.
and then you look at Expedition Skulker.
Yeah, rogue.
Has Death Touch, allowing you to control another rogue. Two for two. So it's a bear that can have Death Touch, but it's a rogue. So it triggers your Thieves Guild Enforcer. Nighthawk Scavenger is also a rogue.
Yeah, which triggers and makes more things. Yeah, like it's just gonna be good.
Hey, that seems pretty good.
And there's other things like there's a 1-drop rogue down here, the blue one. This one, flying. When it deals combat damage to a player, they mill a card, sacrifice it, draw a card. Activate this ability only if the opponent has the. And then another Merfolk rogue, which is blue-black. the 4/4 like. Rogues are probably going to be a good thing in standard.
I think blue-black rogues would be pretty good.
It's going to be really fun to rogue jitsu some stuff.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because this has flying. Jitsu. This has flying, so you're like on curve. You can just bounce this guy back and put your fucking 4/4 lord. It's not a lord, but this thing.
Or return your Expedition Skulker.
Or whatever. Like, it's just going to be... it's just...
Or they ain't going to block a Death Touch guy. There's no way going to block a Death Touch person.
Or the Wind Robber. Like, Zareth, Sand, the Trickster is going to be expensive.
Yeah, I think so.
The Zareth trigger, like, steals a permanent from their graveyard, so you want to be milling them, right? So, the one black guy that mills things is really good, so... But yeah, so next up is Swarm Shambler, 1 green for 0/0. Enters the battlefield with +1/+1 counter on it. Whenever a creature you control with a +1/+1 counter on it becomes the target of a spell an opponent controls, create a 1/1 green insect creature token. 1 tap, put a +1/+1 counter on Swarm Shambler. Insane.
I think that's gonna be good.
Well, for one, we have the green-white guy that doubles, not doubles, but adds an additional counter. In standard, and in modern and stuff, you have all the other effects. Like you have hardened scales, you have the snake. You know what I mean? Like this could be a 1 mana 3/3.
Glossing over Pioneer entirely.
I guess it's in Pioneer, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
both those are.
And then
all three of those are actually.
Yeah,
sorry.
Anytime somebody targets something with a +1/+1 counter on it, you get an insect. So it's just like it's just gonna be good. It's just gonna be a solid card.
Well, we'll see how dedicated the +1/+1 counter deck can be with that.
I already tried to make it now in standard, and it was pretty strong. Like I played around with it. It's pretty good. Like be a Pelt Collector. That one guy. Remember I was playing it a couple weeks ago. And now you have other cards that say like +1/+1 counter creatures have Death Touch, they have Trample, they have this, they have that, and then this just says whenever they target something, you make more stuff. So you're like, all right, kill my guy, I make a 1/1. Cool. I can put counters on that now. Okay. It just seems more repeatable. Because the problem with like trying to build up +1/+1 counters on stuff is just like not having the creatures to put those things on. You know what I'm saying? And this just allows you to keep having a creature base. So.
Fair enough. That makes sense.
Next thing is like the Akum Warrior and what's the other one? There's one more down here. And Umra Wizard. Basically, it's just confirming the fact that these double face cards can be creatures as well, which I think is insane. Like
I think it's cool. So far, the ones we have are
they're crap.
Not that great.
They're crap, but
they're crap.
But still, the fact that you literally can just put all spells in your deck and still have land is insane to me.
But the fact that these all enter tapped is just like such a detriment. Honestly,
yeah, that's fair. But we already seen that there's one that allows you to do it by paying a little bit of life. So.
But that's a mythic rare.
That's fair. That is fair. Maybe that's a cycle, though. Maybe that's a cycle.
If we get it, if we get an insane creature like in green, that's like a mythic rare green that can be a land as well. I'm pretty excited to see what it could be.
And we also have Azusa in the format, so like.
Yeah. Well, again, we'll see how well she plays with all this.
It's just like more lands, like right. I guess they're only on one side, they're a land, but like, you can choose to, like, that's an interesting concept right there in and of itself. Like, you can choose how to play this, so can you choose to make these just land then and play them additionally? or
Possibly.
like just explore and all those effects work with this
I mean, I'm pretty sure because it's a land.
on the backside, but I know it only counts like on the like anywhere else besides on the field. It is its front facing thing.
Yes,
So,
yes, absolutely, yeah. So like you can't search for a land and put one of these into play.
No, you can't do that. You cannot fetch or whatever these things.
Well, you can't fetch these anyways because they're not the types
not,
of the
that's fair.
land. But you can't be like search your library for a land card and put it into play. You can't grab one of these.
I think I'm gonna touch on rolling vortex here, and then we can finish up with the 1 damage instant.
I got one after the vortex, but
so rolling vortex, one of them red. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, rolling vortex deals 1 damage to them. Whenever a player casts a spell, if no mana was spent to cast that spell, rolling vortex deals 5 damage to that player. 1 red. Your opponents can't gain life this turn. I don't know
where I'm putting this.
Okay, where are you putting it?
I'm putting this in my EDH.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah.
This is going into Nekusar like no other. Absolutely. Oh yes.
I think it's also good for like Pioneer, right? Like Bring to Light. That's really good. Yeah. It's really good against Bring to Light.
It's not bad against Bring to Light for sure, yeah.
Well, they take 5 for Bring to Lighting something, so
yeah. And I don't think there's anything in. Is there anything in Standard that makes it to where you don't spend mana?
I don't think so.
There probably is, but it's probably like some like niche thing.
And I don't think it works against Collected Company for like Historic.
No, because you don't cast those. You just go with the Battlefield.
I don't know. Maybe there's something in the set that this alludes to.
But there probably is something that we can't think of right off the bat.
Having a Vortex in Standard is really good. Like we had a 3 mana enchantment a long time ago that everybody played in red that dealt 2 damage at every upkeep, and that was it. And they said it couldn't gain life, and that was the solid player. Like you just got ahead on damage, and then you stuck that, and they just couldn't. They had to react to your creatures and your spells in hand, and deal with the fact that they're taking a ping every time. You know what I mean? So I'm pretty sure Patrick Sullivan really smiled when he seen this card.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm pretty sure he did.
Yeah.
So I want to touch on Soul Shatter.
Okay.
I think it's gonna be not too bad.
I hate this fucking card.
Why do you hate it?
Why can't it target? Why cannot? Why not target it? Like I understand
because
I understand the whole thing, but if you're giving us a 3 mana destruct, like this is shit. Okay, like this is shit.
More often than not, the biggest CMC is the biggest threat. More often than not.
Maybe.
Usually.
Sure.
Granted, it's not the case with Uro or Kroxa. I'll admit that. But I think it's not terrible. We'll see how it plays out in Standard.
And then you're giving them a choice. They're like, oh, okay, my 1 loyalty Planeswalker versus the creature that's going to win the game next turn. Well, got you.
It's fair.
You know what I mean? Like, anything that gives your opponents a choice is bad. Like, it's always been bad.
That's fair. One last thing. Tango Florahedron's the most fucking adorable thing ever. I want one.
It is the cutest god, dude. Like, like, this needs to be a pet. This needs to be a pet on Arena.
Adorable fucking elemental I've ever seen.
Yeah, he is cute.
I need it.
He is cute. And then, a big player we think will be in Standard is Spike Field Risks. 1 red instant deals 1 damage to any target. If a permanent that was dealt damage this way dies, this turn exile instead. So I don't think we've ever seen an effect that actually does this to Planeswalkers for like damage and stuff like that. I think that's a big deal.
Yes, we have. I believe Scorching Dragonfire
hits Planeswalkers.
Does this.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. But I think it's just good. It's a land. It's a ping. It kills a Lotus Cobra and exiles it. It does a lot of stuff. It's 1 mana. It just does a lot of things. It helps out.
Plus the fact that it's also a land is just great.
And it helps out against like some of the degenerate graveyard decks that you see in Historic or wherever. You know what I mean? Like it's just good. But I think that wraps up the day 2.
Real quick. Wait. Real quick.
Okay.
This is also kind of a little thing. But if you have a Tora brand on the field, spike field risk is a bolt that exiles.
Woo! You're right. You're right, Eric.
Hey,
We gotta make
we
our
got
own
bolt
bolts.
back in
We gotta
standard.
make our own bolts now, everybody.
Build your own bolt.
But I digress. So I think that's the end of day 2 of spoilers. Last thing, again, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell icon, and make sure you leave a like. Also leave a comment. It is the freest way to support the channel, and we like things for free. We are Americans. We don't want to work for anything. So please just hit the buttons. We appreciate you. We love you. Thank you guys so much. You're awesome.